A citizens group in Warren says it wants a new charter form of government in the city. Warren Deserves Better says a charter would allow people living in Warren to create a document that spells out duties and powers by creating their own constitution or charter. A 15-member commission picked by voters would look at Warren's laws and see if changes are needed. And so here to go over the latest in this, we have with us Warren Council members Ken McPherson and Andrew Herman. Guys, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Great to have you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so Ken, I've spoken to you about this before, and I can remember you being a little bit skeptical, excuse me, in the beginning, but then you read up on it and you kind of became a supporter of this. So what changed your mind?
The process of being in council. One of the things we've been told numerous times is we're not allowed to do certain things. And my background in business is I'm used to getting things done. So being told we can't be proactive and making excuses for why we can't help the people was a problem for me. So when I was told that council doesn't have the authority to look at contracts or overview hiring, these kind of limitations, and then I have to go back to my neighborhood and my citizens and say, hey guys, I can't do anything. This is up to the administration. So I think fundamentally being part of the process brought me to the point where I saw those limitations and I could see where a fundamental change in the system would help us get better accountability and better quality.
Okay, so what's the latest push right now to adopt this charter? I mean, what needs to happen? What's happening right now? What needs to happen? And are there any delays in this at all?
Yeah, so when you push, the system seems to push back, right? Like
right.
Frederick Douglass said, power only concedes with enough power. And apparently getting the required signatures and doing the ministerial duty of passing these legislations is somewhat difficult for council right now. We hope, we've been told that next Wednesday we're going to pass it. But the problem is the commission, the 15 citizens, they have to get 50 signatures each and they have to be done by a deadline. And it's the obstructionists on council who are blocking this because they want to be able to pick those 15 and not let the people run for that and be part of that commission. So there's ambiguity, they're creating uncertainty. But I think the folks that I talk to throughout the city have had enough is enough, and they're ready for change. And I think that we'll get the people on that commission appropriately. And anybody who wants to run can reach out to me. I'll more than help them.
Okay. Andrew, you said that some of the way that things are done right now in the city is a bit outdated. What specifically do you think is outdated, and what changes do you think that we would see from adopting this charter government?
What specifically was that quote from, outdated? I guess I would like to see more citizen control. And I think right now, the way the city's run, there's not enough transparency, there's not enough communication between the city council and the administration. That's why I think, what is it, about 20% of the citizens signed this petition. And so I just want to see the best form of government for the city at the end of this process. And again, this is citizen-led, and it would be voter approved or it wouldn't go through. So if it's not voter approved in the end, then it doesn't go through. So I just want to see the process promote as much local control as possible.
So if it's voter approved, then that probably means it's giving the citizens more of a voice, right?
Right.
Okay. How would this charter form of government impact the citizens in the city? Like after they've been able to have more of a voice, do you think they would feel maybe more of a sense of control? I mean, would it give them more say in what matters, and even what would it do for council persons?
Well, I think again, if it's citizen-led, and this commission would be made up of citizens, so it isn't for me to say, it's what I would wish. So I hope that this commission would empower the community groups, would give them a greater voice, and balance out the powers in the city, so that we don't have a top-down run city. We have more of a voice for the voters.
Okay, and for you guys, how would it change the way that you govern?
For me, the most rewarding thing I've ever done in government is a ward-based councilman. So getting representation as close to the people as possible is crucial, right? So having ward-based councilmen enabled and capable of helping their community, helping their neighborhoods, that's where I think it would make a lot better as council folks. This is a lengthy process. There's checks. This commission of the people is going to go out, rewrite a form of government. There's multiple models they can follow. There'll be consultants helping them. And then ultimately, we vote yes or no on May 2nd. The commission gets elected. The commission goes, writes it. And then in a year, it's presented to the people to accept that new form of government or reject it. And so there's a lot of checks and balances in here. And that's what I think we need, is good checks and balances to bring us quality and accountability.
Okay, so then, excuse me, so then, again, from here, the next step is getting this thing just kind of going, getting it
Yeah,
passed.
council has to do its ministerial duty. Once that's done, then the people need to get their petitions in, run for this. We need 15 good people at least. I'd like to see, 15, 20, 30. This is about civic engagement. This is about taking back the most important form of government there is to each of us. The things that deliver police, fire, safety, water, your garbage pickup, all those things that matter to you, that affect you on a daily basis. And this is your chance, this is our chance as citizens to get engaged and make things happen.
Okay, well, thank you both, councilmen, so much for joining me this morning, giving us some of your time today. We greatly appreciate you.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.